In this video, I want to talk about the very important 15 keto foods that you must keep in your refrigerator. And this will make it very easy to do keto and also very healthy to do keto, because I don't recommend just a regular ketogenic diet. I recommend the healthy version of the ketogenic diet. But the essence of the ketogenic plan is low carbohydrate. And this means you could even do keto going to a fast food restaurant, but it doesn't necessarily make it the healthy version. Did you realize that 71 to 83% of all the calories sold in the grocery store are what's considered ultra-processed foods? So this is food that has been severely altered to the point where it doesn't actually resemble food anymore. And I'm talking about modified starches. They might take some soybean, right, and extract the oil with all sorts of solvents and chemicals, and then you end up with these vegetable oils. So we have all the cereals, the breads, the snack foods, and you have the canned foods, and you have all the soda drinks. And unfortunately, these ultra-processed foods are very quickly replacing our traditional foods. So these 15 foods I'm going to talk about are not only low carb, but they're the opposite of ultra processed foods. So let's start with number one on the list, grass-fed meats. And this could be beef, this could be lamb, and other types of grass-fed meat, compared to things that you would want to limit, like the grain-fed beef or grain-fed chicken. The more grains that are fed to these animals, the higher they are in omega-6 fatty acids, which are inflammatory. The grass-fed meats are loaded with protein, the cofactors, the bioavailable nutrients like iron and zinc, which are way better in that form than you would get from plant-based minerals. Number two, eggs, not commercial eggs, but pastured, raised, organic eggs. You have one of the best sources of the active form of vitamin A, retinol. You have choline, which is a very important nutrient to help keep the fat off your liver. Actually, in eggs, you have almost every single nutrient. So it's a really good source of protein versus the commercial eggs, which pretty much sit on the shelf, and they use all sorts of dyes to make the egg yolk look healthy. Number three, soil-based vegetables and your lettuce, versus the typical salad you would get in the grocery store, which is grown hydroponically, which in these hydroponic units, you're growing things in water with about 15 minerals. So ideally, you want to find some vegetables or salad that it's grown in actual soil, whether it's in the farmer's market or you grow it yourself. That would be much better. If we're talking about salad in general, I tend to eat more arugula. Arugula is better than the typical salad mix because it has a lot of the properties of cruciferous. I also like cabbage, organic cabbage, if you could find that. Now, the vegetable that I would kind of limit, if I were you, would be spinach, especially if you have a tendency to get kidney stones because they're high in oxalates. And when someone goes on the ketogenic diet, sometimes they might not know that a lot of spinach can create more symptoms like arthritis and pain, things like that. So I'm not saying not to have spinach, but don't eat a lot of it. And if you do, if you add some cheese to it, like maybe feta cheese, that can lower the problem with these oxalates. All right, number four, homemade salad dressings, okay? There's a lot of different recipes for that versus the store-bought dressings, which are loaded with the vegetable oils, the soy oil, the canola, the corn oil, all these high omega-6 fats, which are inflammatory. So I would limit those and make your own. All right, number five, grass-fed butter, okay, versus cooking in vegetable oils. These vegetable oils sound healthy, but again, they're badly processed seed oils. But butter has a lot of great things in it. A good grass-fed butter even has vitamin K2, which is good to keep the calcium from building up in the arteries and the joints. Butter also has vitamin A, the active form, retinol. All right, number six, grass-fed organic cheese, which is a higher quality cheese. If you can find the raw grass-fed organic cheese, that would be the best. You would see this a lot in Europe, but it's much better than the regular cheese, especially all the processed cheese, which we want you to avoid. All right, number seven, avocados. Those are very keto friendly. They're high in fat, they're rich in protein, and it's great to put on a salad or mix as guacamole. Number eight, berries. Okay, organic berries. We have blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. These are fairly keto friendly, especially if you don't consume large amounts of them. Number 9, wild caught salmon, sardines, and other fatty fish versus the farm-raised fish, which we want to avoid because of the high levels of omega-6 and all of the other things that they might feed these fish. Number 10 is shellfish, very, very high in trace minerals like iodine, selenium, zinc, very, very important for overall health. 11, organic walnuts and pecans. I would avoid consuming too many almonds. So if you have a tendency to get kidney stones or arthritis, you may find that avoiding those would be best. Number 12, organic Valencia peanut butter. The Valencia version of these peanuts are very low in molds, so they have less potential for toxicity. I make sure it's organic. And I apply it to celery. So celery is number 13. Celery is good to help you wind down and sleep at night. It's really good for blood pressure. And if you find a very healthy version of it, like an organic version, it's pretty good. Number 14, sauerkraut. Make sure it's raw or make your own. It's not only a prebiotic, which helps feed your microbes, but it's a probiotic on steroids. It has a lot of good bacteria in it, and it also is really good for the digestive system. And it's loaded with vitamin C, about 700 milligrams. There's nothing else that can give you that much vitamin C. And number 15, bacon. And I'm talking about organic bacon with low sugar. So there you go, the 15 go-to foods that you must have in your refrigerator when you start the ketogenic diet. Now, because of the censoring and the suppressing of the algorithms on YouTube, it's becoming more difficult to find my content. And there's a lot of content that I cannot put on YouTube, unfortunately. So to make sure you have full access of all my information, go to drberg.com and subscribe to my newsletter by clicking the link down below in the description. I will see you on the other side. Now, if you haven't seen this video on what foods to avoid, I put it up right here. Check it out.